Hello and greetings, you wonderful people. It's vampire time again. If you are joining us, why do I hear myself? Hello? I know why I hear myself. No, I don't. I don't have Twitch open. Who's got Twitch open?
Not high.
Okay.
I do, but it's muted.
Well, I'm just going to pretend that nothing happened. All right, if you're joining us for the first time tonight, dear friends, what we do here is we are old grognards. We've been at this for a very long time, and we tend to prefer the rules that we've been playing with for years at this point. So, we take the new books, the new meta plot, the new great stuff that White Wolf is putting out for Vampire the Masquerade, we just play it with the old school rules that we've gotten used to and accustomed with over the years. So, if you're just joining us for the first time, we are running Chicago by Night using the brand new version of Chicago by Night by Onyx Path Publishing with some classic characters. And our Chicago Chronicle is a little different because our Chicago Chronicle has been running for a number of years already using the older source books. We've incorporated them, we've updated it, and now, well, where it goes from here is anybody's guess. In the meantime, I would like you three guys, we're missing two players tonight, I would like you three guys to just very quickly introduce your characters for me, for anybody that might not know the wonders that are in store for them.
I think Josh should go first.
Yes, I am the one and the only Black Snow Prince. The Harpy, the Toreador Harpy of Chicago, as though they could be any other clan. And, yeah, I'm basically playing a weeaboo Toreador who is more competent at the katana than people would expect. And I'm slowly losing my humanity as I kill more and more people and realize it's not like what it looks like in the anime.
This isn't just like one of my Japanese anime.
I guess I'm next. I was going to play another character. I could not find this character sheet. So instead, I'm going to go back to my first character in the World of Darkness, Gabriel.
The Archangel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a... I have no idea. He is a clanless, Archon now. And, his mentor's AWOL right now. So...
His mentor
we'll
being?
The great Madame Giel. Former Justicar.
Great.
It sounds better on the resume than the okay, Madam Giel.
Yeah. And he's back in America after doing stuff in the Middle East. We'll see what happens.
And I'm Orpheus. I'm Malkavian, who just kind of does his own thing. Gets distracted easily.
Works for Pentex. Has a werewolf for a brother.
He has a werewolf for a brother. Didn't know that until recently.
Oogity boogity runs in the family. Alright, so, I'm actually going to retcon you just very, very slightly, Gabriel, in that you have not been to the Middle East yet. I'm going to say...
And you're not a Kaidif.
You were a Malkavian the whole time. No. You have met with the brand new Toreador Justicar, whose name escapes me. Yusuf! What's up, Yusuf? What did we do wrong? Where's your Truha brother? We don't know. We have misplaced his character sheet. So, by a little bit of GM fiat, he's playing the other one tonight.
The other one. My favorite one.
You have not yet been to the Middle East. You've met with the new Toreador Justicar. You've completed your Archon training. You've been appointed an Archon, and very, very soon, within a couple of nights, You will actually be meeting up with your official Archon cell and being shipped out to the Middle East to combat the Sabbat and their Gehenna Crusade. But for now you have a few days home to reflect on what you're leaving behind, to reflect on your journey, where it's taken you, the steps you'll never get to take. What sort of a haven do you think Gabriel has at the moment while he's spending his nights in Chicago? I'm assuming that you've probably very recently arrived, and you probably haven't even reached out to the coterie to let them know you're back yet.
Well, I think for the time being, my haven would be a, well, actually, my resources only allow a small apartment.
The Camarilla would be willing to front you a temporary residence, given that you are indeed one of their representatives, but that's more or less if you want them to, if you're not hanging around your old digs.
I'll stick with a small, out-of-the-way apartment.
Just like the one ripped straight out of Bloodlines.
Oh, God.
Lacuna Coil poster and all.
And the fucking radio never shuts the fuck up.
I mean, maybe
Good
if
night
it plays
here.
Creed.
Creed?
Alright, as you arrive at the small apartment, have you been here before?
Probably not.
Okay. So you arrive, you're beginning to get settled in, maybe unpack a small suitcase full of belongings. What's the first thing that you do?
Well, I gotta make sure the closed blind, or the closed blind, the curtain's closed. I don't want to just burst into flames.
The first thing isn't you get a call from Morpheus.
Oh, God.
I thought about making that joke.
Yeah.
The new
Call the
Toreador Justicar as of V20 is Diana Iadanza. Wait, hang on. Yep, according to V20, it is Diana Iadanza. Thank you, Mr. Watson. You've saved us yet again.
Is there an official Harpy that's supposed to be the Harpy?
So I read through a crap ton of the different bios looking for appropriate kindred to populate tonight's session with. To my knowledge, no. To my knowledge, I could be very wrong, but I don't believe White Wolf has ever actually, or Onyx Path has ever actually specified a Harpy character. And I think that's because the Harpy is intended to grow organically. You know, it's not somebody that necessarily gets appointed. The Harpy is someone that the kindred zeitgeist decides to listen to on its own. But, so, you are, as far as I can tell, the official Harpy of Chicago of E5.
Yes.
And if anybody argues with us, they're fucking wrong. Unless it says in the book somewhere.
Listening to the Black Snow Prince.
Soon I'll get all the kindred of Chicago to wear kimonos.
New monster.
And then I'll spit on people when they only put on a yukata.
I'm not gonna stop wearing my lab coat.
Gabriel, there's a knock at the door suddenly.
Oh, no.
It's weird that they only knocked once. You feel slightly incomplete by this.
I will go look through the peephole.
Okay. As you look through the peephole on the other side, you see a very slight, very rail-thin girl, maybe early 20s in age, short blonde hair, the sunken dark eyes. Almost seems to swim in the big quilted overcoat that she's got on as she clutches her arms against the cold wind blowing outside.
I suppose the polite thing to do is to open the door.
That's entirely up to you, friend.
I will open the door.
All right. As you open the door, she sort of fixates on you. And could I get a... Let's go with perception awareness, please.
She's a demon.
She's a changeling.
Three successes.
3 successes. So, as you open the door, and there's nothing really impeding you and her, you kind of get this vibe from her, and you're feeling just a little bit, a very tiny shred of the beast eking out. You think she might be a ghoul.
You get her vibe.
She's about to get her vibes checked. I'll say, can I help you?
Evening, sir. She bows sort of stiltedly as if this sort of formality doesn't come natural to her. You are Mr. Gabriel, yes? The Golconda Seeker?
Yes.
You say with your shirt up, scratching your stomach.
Yeah, that's me.
In which case, she proffers this very sterling white envelope embroidered, inlaid with golden sort of stationery in your direction.
I was like embroidered. Somebody goddamn sewed on this envelope.
Thank you. Do you need a tip?
What did you ask?
Does she need a tip?
She'll, without saying a word, just sort of shake her head and slink back into the night from whence she came.
You should have just held your wrist out and be like, go ahead, take your tip.
All right.
Now that she absolutely would have taken. I thought he asked if she wanted a sip, which would have been a different answer.
You want a tip?
And might have proven for some interesting complications later on. But that didn't happen.
All right.
Well, I guess
go
I'll
flush that letter.
Yeah. Well, I'll rip it open. Okay. No, this is a very nice letter. I'll open it carefully.
Yeah, someone embroidered it.
It's embroidered.
All right, as you open the very lovely linen embossed envelope, it's a very nice letter written on personal stationery, and it says, "Dear Mr. Gabriel, my name is Dr. Zachary Forge. You don't know me, but we have a mutual acquaintance, Dr. Cretius. We have spoken at length of the goings-on in the city, as I myself am not one to interact with the populace. I prefer to keep to myself. You and I have a common goal, that is, the pursuit of Golconda. I believe I've made a breakthrough in such an endeavor, one that I know of no other vampire making. If this interests you, I invite you and your coterie to come to a experiment/demonstration later this weekend, Saturday, at my address, enclosed, at 8 p.m. sharp. I warn you, do not fill up before you arrive, for refreshments will be provided. Signed, Dr. Zachary Forge."
Does the idea of experiments just like trigger some PTSD?
It's like, oh, experiment. That's always a good word. Well,
It only requires the sacrifice of 1,000 virgin souls.
oh fuck.
You just have to do something so foul and inhuman, it resets you back to baseline.
Vancouver by night! How's it going, Vancouver by night? Thank you for hosting. High five.
Nito libido.
It's nice
Oh,
when the
damn.
family sticks together, although I like to think that we're like the weird uncle of the family that buys kids booze and teaches them how to swear.
Oh man, with a drunkle.
We're the one with like the sick-ass wizard van that's like blasting Motley Crue at all hours of the night.
Okay, you went from being cool to being really creepy.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a pedo van. It's a wizard van. It's a wizard wagon.
Hell yes, I love that song.
Ice cream for myself and children.
They're like, oh, stop hosting now.
Aw.
That would be great. I would have felt like this whole stream would have been accomplished.
How's it going, Mazzy? The van has shag
Hello,
carpeting, no
man.
candy allowed.
Actually, my father did own a van like that, though not for very long.
I want a wizard wagon.
All right, so Xavier, what are you gonna do about this letter here?
Eat it.
No, I guess I'll keep it for now, and I guess we'll
it.
call up my homeboy.
Eat
Okay.
it.
Chaz, you should have kept it the joke and had like a felt letter in there with the letter itself being embroidered on there.
And just a copy of Yoshi's Woolly World. All right, since you don't have demon telepathy this time around, which homeboy do you call up?
You have two choices. Neither of them are the right one.
I will call the harpy.
All right, Josh, what do you think the Black Snow Prince is doing at the moment?
Right now, he is reviewing actual martial arts footage.
So he's just watching
More like-
Bruce Lee movies?
Kind of. I imagine he's watching actual like swordsmanship videos, but things that aren't kendo. And he's trying to use celerity and aspects at the same time to try to follow along.
Interesting. Okay, and as you do that, there's a ring of your phone.
Sheath the blade and pick up the phone. Mushi mushi.
Yep, I got the right number.
Ah, Gabriel. It's been some time.
Yeah, I was busy.
Did you hear I'm now the Shadow Prince of Chicago?
No, but that will be good information. It's good to have someone on the inside.
Yes. There's so much in this city that can be changed. Starting with the fashion. I'll move from the exterior to the interior.
Crocodile, alligator.
Anyways, I am back in town. Is everyone still alive?
Yes, but I'm not sure of everyone's whereabouts at the moment. Unless Orpheus. I'm sure he's at his lab.
I'm sure it won't be very hard to find.
As he rings my doorbell. I need more samples.
So, we have an invitation to I'm gonna call it a get-together. Would you be interested in attending?
I'm gonna ask, and just who is throwing this get-together? As the Harpy of Chicago, it's very important I go to get-togethers. However, I need to be seen at the right ones.
Well, he calls himself a doctor.
It could mean a lot for me to grace this get-together.
What was his name? Dr.
Zachary Forge.
You want me to roll politics or something, Jazz?
Yeah, could you give me an intelligence politics, please?
Heyo.
3 successes.
3 successes. Naughty Crumbum, how's it going? So, the name rings a bell, but not much of one. Dr. Zachary Forge came to Chicago a couple months ago. He introduced himself to the prince, followed all the necessary Camarilla guidelines, and fucked off right off the grid. He hasn't shown up at Elysium. He hasn't really interacted with anybody. He hasn't had his name come up in any of the political squabbles. He hasn't owed any boons. He hasn't asked any boons.
Oh, sounds like a great way to live.
He kind of showed up and just ghosted.
I know, right? I was like, if only I could be so insolvent.
So, with your 2 extra successes, I'm going to let you ask me 2 questions for rumors or information you may or may not have picked up about Dr. Zachary Forge.
What's his clan?
That's not something that's necessarily widely known. I will tell you that you've heard rumors he might be of the clan of kings, he might be a Malkavian, and he might be a Toreador.
Classic clans. Blue Bloods, if you would.
Yeah.
What's his purpose in Chicago? Or why is he here? What's the rumors that people have been coming up with?
The rumors that he's been coming up with is that he's some sort of psychiatrist or psychologist somewhere in that field, and he's here to do some kind of research. Whispers are that he's interested in Golconda. But to what end? Again, he completely ghosted right off the grid. Nobody's really sure.
Important question.
You can achieve Golconda, but all you have to do is make a changeling succumb to banality.
It's easy. I'll just make them watch isekai anime with me.
Oh,
I will beat the joy and imagination right out of them, as they see the same series done over and over again. Important question, though. Would I know what Golconda is?
I think I told you to get rid of your new arrival flaw, right?
Yes.
Tell you what, give me another intelligence politics.
You want intelligence politics or intelligence occult?
Your choice.
I have the same dice pool. Another 3 successes.
Okay. It's something you've heard come up that's usually met in derisive tones from the elders. When you do hear of it spoken positively, it's spoken of by usually younger neonates, usually in sort of the sense of, I heard there's way back, right? It's that Golconda thing, right? I can be reborn, I can be human again, right? And usually most of the others just sort of passed off as a bunch of crap. Onyx Path is hosting our stream with 3 viewers. Dice Key, Onyx Path, we love you.
You fools.
cross counter.
Party Cup, how you doing?
So tell me, Gabriel, is this more of a lecture or like one of those live experiments where they perform surgery on people?
Probably the latter.
That wasn't an experiment. They were just performing surgery.
I'm sure some of those were experiments. Like the whole, we're going to test out this procedure, see how that works out. Oh, he's bleeding to death.
Behold, I can get rid of this woman's hysteria.
With nothing more than my fingers.
Up the nose they go.
Oh, God.
Considering the past couple of events, though, the Black Snow Prince probably is very interested in any sort of potential of Golconda, as being undead isn't as cool as he thought it would be. I'll attend this get-together, Gabriel. Should I gather the other?
The one other that we acknowledge.
I'm assuming you mean Orpheus, because he's going to show up.
I'm sure he will. You can pick him up.
No. No, I'm pretty sure he's got his own mode of transportation.
It's true.
Well, are you going to call him, or am I going to call him?
I will text him.
You fool, now I have your number again.
But now you know if there's any trouble, you know who to call.
I may have to call upon your services. Although, nothing I need taken care of more of. Something I need to witness.
Okay.
Your moves, Gabriel.
Please.
Show me
pick
your
up
moves.
clothes.
But with that, I will hang... Oh, I'm going to ask for the address and then hang up.
Not get the answer. Give me the address. Click.
Yeah, just like Batman. Tell me about Riddler. Okay, and just punches him.
That's always a good choice, Party Cup.
I would be playing as well.
Are you a Captain Falcon main party? Because if not, that's okay. But if you're a Lucas main, we're gonna have issues.
All right, so after you hang up, who contacts Orpheus?
I will
he said-
shoot him a text.
You're just going to
Orpheus
text
contacts
Orpheus.
Orpheus.
So Black Snow Prince, the new weeb that you picked up a couple months ago, gets a phone call. But Orpheus, your lifelong companion in damnation, shoot him a text. What does the text say?
Nah.
Send nudes.
New phone
Uh-huh.
who dis.
It's Gabriel. I'm back in town. There's a thing. We're gonna go do it.
As he calls your other burner phone, the one you didn't text him from.
Yeah.
What do you think Orpheus is doing right now, Tom?
So, give me a second.
What is Orpheus doing right now?
Putting stilts on ants and seeing if they can figure out how to get back.
On the ceiling. He's probably just doing, the odd research, doing some book work.
Okay, what is he researching?
Well, what would he not know? That's the tough one.
The eternal question. Okay, you're researching what you don't know. And as you're trying to figure that out, a text comes in from Gabriel, a name that you have heard uttered but not heard from in several months.
Huh.
Now, the real question is, does Orpheus care?
He'll respond in a bit.
So, 2-3 hours, 2 days.
Yeah, let's just say 2 hours probably. I'm not chronically late.
7 years.
2 hours later, what does Orpheus respond with?
Nah.
K.
All right, so a little bit of downtime here. We'll say about 4 days go by until the night of the party. Is there anything that you guys would like to accomplish within that time?
I
Nothing
guess
that-
touch
Yeah,
base
yeah.
with. Do you know where the fucking Josh, your biker?
Do I know where he is?
Yeah. Or does Orpheus know where he is? Because he's got a bomb in his chest.
Probably.
I mean,
not.
I imagine he put the bomb, but not GPS with the bomb.
No, he didn't need GPS.
Yeah, he'll know where it is.
It's like the biker will always know where the bomb is. It won't go missing.
Just biker pounding on your door. I lost the bomb.
Sedites, man.
Like, well, there's only one action now. And press the detonator. Whoever took it ain't gonna be happy.
Doesn't Gabriel have my heart right now? Like literally?
Yes. It's in a jar. I could give it back to you.
I'm still laughing at the idea that Orpheus is just a drawer of detonators, like how people have old remotes. Like,
No, I wonder which one this is.
All right, so again, what do you guys want to accomplish in the couple days that go by?
I am.
Brain cancer.
You think? No, I'm going to touch base with the powers that be, I suppose.
Okay. To what extent?
And just be like, hey guys, I'm here, what's going on?
Okay, so I will let you decide if you knew that Kevin Jackson came to power or not. And were you here for it? Were you away at training for it?
I was
is
probably
this complete
away.
news to you?
Yeah, like, hey, how's Brandon doing? Who? What?
He's dead.
Dude. He succumbed to a fire.
No, the irony.
Is there anything you're looking to get out of that?
Not in particular.
Okay, so Gabriel's just... How's it going, Shiny Mewy? Gabriel's just here to announce his presence. What about the Black Snow Prince? What do you think he does over the course of a couple days?
I am trying to find other kindred who know different fighting styles and different art styles, different from my own, as I'm asking them to come over and either display a performance for me or try to show me a painting that they've made as I'm trying to mimic them as they're doing it.
That's very, very interesting, and that has a lot of implications, actually. I'd like you to earmark that for me for future reference, because that's interesting. Orpheus, what do you accomplish over
I
the
am
next 4
one
days?
like that.
Well, Orpheus is probably going to try to locate Gabriel.
Okay. Orpheus can probably do it, too. How does he do it?
What's it called? Fucking signal triangulation.
Okay. Let's go with intelligence technology at a diff 8. I will allow you to substitute computers if you'd like.
Well, I don't know. I kind of have both of those. A lot.
Well, that's super good for a diff 8.
A diff 8?
Yes, sir.
That's only 3 successes.
Okay, 3 successes. It takes you about 24 hours to locate Gabriel, but that's mostly because you were bored and distracted with other things. What happens when you eventually find him?
I call his phone.
Gabriel, you get a phone call.
I can just assume I know who this is. I was like, hello?
Gabriel, I'm at your door.
Of course. I'll let you in.
Yeah, this is the first time you've seen Gabriel in several months.
Stab him.
With a syringe. Needed that, thank you.
It's been so long.
I need to compare your old blood from your new blood, see if anything's changed. Wait, where'd you get my blood the first time? That's not what's important.
Can you be able to analyze blood scientifically?
Like kindred blood?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's for the storyteller to decide. Does Orpheus just take the blood, put them in those little vials, and put them in those machines that spin them around and just kind of look at them for fun?
It depends entirely on what he would be looking for, I think, because once kindred blood is sufficiently removed from the corpse, it becomes inert. So most people looking at it would probably just see old dead blood. Who knows?
Not if I keep feeding it oxygen.
Just opens it every once in a while, just blows in it.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, you have to suck it in.
I mean, that does raise some important questions, though. Whose blood would you see? Does the blood become the kindred's blood type? Does it remain the victim's blood type?
These are questions that only...
Are we just a big old bag of various blood? That's gross.
Anyway, when he opens up the door, yes, I will stab him with a syringe and just like pull a little blood out.
Okay. Then that's what happens. Unless you want to resist that somehow.
I'll just let him. Damn it!
Need to compare. Also, what's the address?
This.
Okay, I'll see you then. I'll close your door and leave.
Oh, you're not gonna get his new measurements for another bat suit.
Oh god damn it! Actually,
It should still fit.
Charlie, I don't know if you remember, but a long time ago, I had asked, or Gabriel had asked Orpheus to work on some weaponry.
He absolutely would have in his free time.
Okay. I'm willing to roll with this. What kind of weaponry did you ask for?
Wrist-mounted flamethrower.
They were arm blades of different materials.
That does sound vaguely familiar. What did you want them made out of?
One was silver, one was cold iron.
I am perfectly happy for you to have your anti-werewolf, anti-fairy arsenal.
Aha! And damn the were-fairies!
Fiona?
You laugh, Yusuf. But those changelings are dangerous people. I've been one. I know how bad they can be.
Or, what are they
I
called?
was a fairy once.
Or a Kia seed?
Yeah. And then there was I also asked him to basically work on a bat suit, but that was going to be a lot more money, and so we never specified when that would ever come to fruition.
What do you want the bat suit to do?
Fly.
I already got gliding. I mean, I could do stuff with the.
No, it only goes up. It can't go in any lateral direction, so you have to fly from there.
Well, if I can go up, I'm already better than Aquaman. I don't remember. I think it was
Bat nipples.
Yeah, you realize Orpheus is 100% going to stick nipples on this son of a bitch, right?
I mean, as long as they're functional nipples, I'm fine with that.
They lactate and everything.
They just lactate vitae every once in a while for a snack.
Yeah.
Nope, it's milk.
I don't know. Wait, is it cow milk? Is it the moo juice?
You'll never know.
Oh, gross.
I was gonna say it doesn't have milk; it induces lactation in the vampire.
It was. I think I want it to be 4 armor at no dex penalty.
That's asking quite a bit mechanically.
I know. That's why I said that this was going to be a while, because I don't know how much free time Orpheus. Like it's easy to just stick like swords on a vamp brace, but I was actually like I asked him to make something not quite like the bat suit, because obviously that'd be copyright infringement, and
No,
I'm sure.
It's a bat suit, but it's like a baseball bat.
Oh, okay.
Orpheus, how's your crafts?
It's alright. It's not the best.
Yeah, he's less. I assume he's more akin to like Lucius.
So he orders it from somewhere? Okay. It's still going to be your design then, so give me an intelligence technology roll.
Oh,
Wait, me or him?
Orpheus.
you.
Oh. I have that. And you know what? For fun, I'll spend a willpower. Why the fuck not?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
you think you can.
Now,
I wish. Love that merit.
what are you gonna make it look like? Mechanically, it can be one thing, but like
Successes,
flavor-wise,
How many?
6. That's with the willpower.
6 successes with the willpower. So that's automatically an exceptional success. I'll tell you
It's
what.
whatever you want it to be.
I'll tell you what. I will allow you. I think plate armor is what, 6 dice of armor?
Plate armor? Yes.
I'm willing to allow it, but there's got to be some kind of drawback.
Gap it on the
Very
spine.
conspicuous.
It's powered by Vitae.
I have to feed my suit the blood. It's alive. Yeah, so I couldn't order it off eBay, but this demon dude let me put a soul into it.
I have to graft it onto your spine.
Oh, yes.
So if it breaks, your spine breaks.
Permanently.
Yeah, then how do I take it off?
It retracts.
No, I was gonna say make it like a Space Marine armor. It literally has to become a part of you.
Oh, but then I can't go anywhere.
I mean, you can take off the plates.
Oh, okay.
And
So wait, so I'm like, what's his? I'm like Adam Jensen, naked.
yeah, you'd be pretty conspicuous everywhere you went.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do for you. Because Orpheus is amazing at technology, I was thinking a symbiote, but like K7 Leela from Spawn.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm okay with the symbiote thing, like, but like mechanically, how would that?
It's not a symbiote, and you can thank Orpheus for this because his exceptional role is what convinced me. 6 dice of armor. However, because it is so conspicuous, and there's probably like a headpiece or a face mask or something, while you are wearing it, your social dice pools are set to 0.
Ooh.
I like to think of it's like a more extreme version of a Gilgamesh from Devil May Cry.
Gilgamesh was Gauntlet and Boots, though. No, I'm thinking of... Yeah.
Yeah. But the way it, like,
Oh.
The face mask?
Okay. Second restriction is...
Part of his body.
No.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to be something that you can realistically wear under your clothes. I'll allow you to keep it in a trunk, but for the purposes of like ops, you have to decide if you're either going to wear it or leave it behind.
Very well.
But I will give it to you. I will give that to you under those stipulations. And I realize I'm just stacking shit on Gabriel to make him the murder hoboist.
I mean, I can think of a few things that would be fun drawbacks.
What do you have?
I was going to say if it actually did graft onto him, have him while he's wearing it. Basically, imagine Orpheus is designing it, right? And Orpheus is designing it for a vampire. So theoretically, you could design an armor that a human physically could not wear, simply because of physical stress. However, have him when he's wearing it be consistently either at a bruised or hurt level of damage already.
I mean, you could just. Oh, yeah. I guess if this is fit specifically for me. I don't know. I guess.
I have your measurements.
I mean, that's interesting, but that's not as big of a drawback as you think, because this fucker's got a lot of stamina, he's got a ton of armor, and he's got fortitude. So we're talking like a fucking 16 die soak pool.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit about being bruised. I have understood and accepted the fact that if Gabriel's in combat, combat's over. Like I need to figure out a way to penalize him from a different area.
Whenever it's active, he has the permanent wound flaw.
Oh god.
Yeah, or something like that.
Now you
working
understand
again.
my pain.
Working again from the social angle, because I'm running around this suit. There's other people who are just like, hey, I want to be crazy too.
One shot a character that had 17 dice soak pool. Yeah, he would have had to.
I was going to say I do like the permanent wound flaw, like it's basically sticking into his body or something like that.
Oh,
I'm essentially giving you the fucking berserker armor now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but the berserker armor makes him like super dope and strong.
You have 16 soak dice. What
I
part of
do.
that is not super dope and strong?
Yeah, but like it would like the berserker armor also like lets him ignore wound penalty because it's keeping him together.
I will give this decision to Orpheus since he's the one building it. Do you want it to incorporate the permanent wound flaw?
Yes. Yes.
So-
yes.
Oh,
Okay.
goodness.
So it'll basically cost you an additional point of vitae to don the armor.
Just okay. I'm ready to go.
As it just stabs into you from hundreds of points. Now they can't pull it off of you.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's the idea. Just like
yeah. You can't take this armor off.
You know, I wonder what the luminaries of White Wolf Gone By would think of our games. The first edition of Vampire the Masquerade was filled with these wonderfully thoughtful essays and expositions on the nature of good and evil and what it means to be a beast. And I just gave Xavier fucking power armor. So, fuck everything. Okay.
yeah, but you kind of forget this is a game. It's meant to be fun.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, somebody could just Silver Samurai him while he's wearing it.
I'm not sure what the reference is.
That Silver Samurai was in an indestructible suit of armor, so Tony Stark was like, "Oh, I'll just superheat it while he's in it."
Was that Silver Samurai? I thought that was Titanium Man.
It might have been Titanium Man. But it's like, aha, I'm in an indestructible suit of armor and you can't force me out of it. It's like, okay, I'll just superheat the armor, cook you
Yeah.
inside of it.
I'm gonna fucking cook you inside. Like, oh, Tony, that you need to stop.
Tony, please.
When keeping it real goes wrong.
Path of Levin, Bolt 5.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
11.
Yeah, I mean, there is ways to use it against him, I guess. But
Yeah.
like I said, if Xavier's in combat, the combat's done, my dude. Anyway, so
I'm gonna be a symbol.
Bunts.
First question that I have for you guys. Number one, the letter said, "Don't worry about filling up. Refreshments will be provided." Do any of you actually take that seriously, or will you go fairly stocked on vitae?
I'm probably gonna go fairly stocked just in case.
What do you have now?
I'm at 7.
Okay.
I guess I could go without.
Josh, how about you?
Well, I'm at 9, but if 4 days are passing, I'm going to be down to 5.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I'll go with 5 dots.
Okay. Orpheus?
Ugh. Can I say I also fed in those days? Otherwise, I think I'm dead.
Yeah, I'm I kind of assume that you do unless you say otherwise, which is why I ask.
Yes, then I will go with the moderate 7.
Fast traveling as a vampire in Oblivion.
You just arrive at your destination, the sunlight die.
I was like, why am I an idiot?
All right. Second question: as you roll up on the address, where is the power armor?
I'm carrying it on with me on my motorcycle.
Just the full suit out, just in the
In the sidecar?
Yeah, in the sidecar.
You
Yeah,
don't
so
have,
I can drive in the carpool lane.
you don't have a
Yes, Officer Hank, what seems to be the problem?
All right. So it is the weekend, and 8 o'clock draws near. Each of you, I'm assuming you've appropriated your own method of conveyance, arrive at the at this very, very elegant 2-story sort of colonial style mansion on the outskirts of Chicago. And it's you take this very, very long drive. The lights of the city are way in the distance at this point. Everything's sort of thrown into darkness save for the pure, unadulterated silver moonlight above you. And you're winding up this road on this massive 10-acre property. You approach a wrought iron fence, which seems to slide open of its own volition as you approach. And you continue down the road. There's this lovely, beautiful crystal blue pond glimmering with the moonlight in one corner of the property. The rest of it seems to be dominated by trees until eventually you arrive at the mansion itself. Alone and seemingly out of place, this piece of human construction by itself, isolated amidst Gaia's splendor. As you arrive, there is one mortal, perhaps another ghoul, patiently waiting. As you step from your vehicles, he will extend his hand for the keys. A valet, basically.
I will give him the keys to my sweet Ita car.
I will hand him my key ring, which has approximately 396 keys on it.
Oh, holy shit! How many rings? How big is this ring?
It's pretty big. It's
It has
also
to be
all
like
the
a
same
sonic
key.
ring.
It's also the same key.
So those of you that hand your keys to the valet, you will see him sort of get into the vehicle and drive it a little ways away into what appears to be a freestanding structure. With the age of this, it doesn't really appear there's a really sizable garage attached to the facility. It looks like it's in sort of an improvised shed or something, maybe 50, 60 feet removed from the main building, where the servants would go fetch the vehicle to prepare it for the master.
Well done.
Well, do I arrive first or does Gabriel?
Why don't you give me a Dex drive roll? Contested, and we'll find out. Matter of fact, Black Snow Prince, you can give me one of those too.
Oh boy.
I got 2.
I got 1.
Gabe, how'd you do?
Oh, I suppose I could roll as well.
Oh, fucking hell.
Actually, by the rules, I can't roll.
You
Oh,
don't
no.
have drive.
It's just a dice penalty, right?
Yeah, I forget exactly how much it is. I'll give you a -1 dice penalty, and don't forget your celerity, because that adds to all Dex rolls.
Yeah, I think it's only 2, though. Or I think it is 2.
Oh, well now I have 4 successes.
Ah.
I forget to add celerity.
I know have celerity.
1. Actually, nope. 0.
0.
Nice.
All right.
You crash and burn.
No, that's a botch. I just show up eventually, on time, safely. Maybe he got stuck in traffic.
So the first to arrive is the Black Snow Prince. As the valet is wheeling your Ita car off into the distance, you don't see any sign of your coterie. Do you wait for them? Do you take it upon your own volition to go inside?
Oh no, I'll go inside.
Okay. As you approach the door, these very sturdy, very ornately carved double oaken doors swing open, and you see this sort of wan, emaciated young lady, shoulder-length blonde hair, these really sunken, darkened eyes, and she will bow to you politely, if rigidly. Again, this doesn't come naturally to her. Good evening, Mr.
You can call me the Black Snow Prince.
Mr. the Black Snow Prince. May I help you tonight?
Ah, yes, I am here for the experiment. And as she bows to me, I will give her a proper Japanese bow.
And show me your panties.
Please make a disgusted face and show me your panties.
I see. Do you have an invitation, sir?
Yes, I am the +1 to Mr. Gabriel.
Ah, very good. Right this way. And where is Mr. Gabriel, if I may ask?
He should be on his way. My car is a little faster.
Ooh, shots fired.
I mean, I imagine
I don't
I'm
want to
driving
go as fast as his car and my motorcycle. I'll die. And then that man will collect his insurance. Fuck him. I'm gonna live forever.
I imagine I'm driving like a souped-up Honda. Anime girls on the side.
Oh, what anime girl?
I don't know, whatever. Something popular. It's Megumin.
Megumi. Hey, wait. Megumi from Konosuba?
We'll go with Konosuba.
Okay, that's the safer one.
All right, so as you enter this very large foyer. This house is very clearly old. And you enter a very large foyer with these sweeping balcony stairs that sort of lead up to a second floor. On your right is a solid wall lined with tasteful, if perhaps, shall we say, plebeian art. It is classy.
Japanese.
It's classy in its way, but it's nothing. It's something that many of the toreador would scoff at. This is very, very, very simply something to dress the wall and nothing else, not intending to make any kind of statement. She leads you towards the balcony stairs, but does not ascend. Instead, she takes a hard left turn through a doorway, and you can hear some voices drifting from within. This appears to be maybe some sort of dining room at one point, but it's been appropriated for tonight's festivities, and you can see this long oaken table is pushed up against the back wall. And there's an array of chairs that seem to be grouped around this large plasma screen television. The chairs have been arrayed theater style, and standing throughout the room there are 4 kindred. And could I get a perception politics roll from you, please?
Yes.
Botch.
2 successes.
2 successes. The first person you recognize is... Well, let me rephrase that. The first person is a very, very beautiful man. Almost an Adonis of his time. He's got this lovely sun-bronzed skin, which is obviously a fake tan. This blonde, dirty blonde hair that cascades down his back. He's cut like a statue, and you recognize him. His name is Brett Stryker, and he's a toreador specializing in the art of dance. He's one of Annabelle's party crew, but there's something weird about him. You've never really interacted with him much since you've been in Chicago. And every time you go to one of Annabelle's parties, he's always around, but he's in the background. He's always hanging in the shadows. He's not really jockeying for attention the way most of your peers are. And he always just seems to be watching Annabelle from the sidelines. And everybody knows about him, but nobody ever really comments on him. The second person that you see is a very dapper-looking 18-year-old, at least he appears to be 18, gentleman, very well dressed, very much looks like a scion of an upper-crust New England family. Him you would recognize as well, his name being Jason Newberry, or Son, the current Malkavian Primogen.
And everyone's 18, even if stated otherwise.
He's currently conversing with somebody you don't recognize. She's very slightly over 5 feet tall, dressed in a very well-tailored sort of business attire suit. She has these long box braids that she's tied into a very professional-looking bun, and she's currently deep in conversation with Mr. Newberry, although it's difficult to tell exactly what they're saying from this distance and the din of voices in the room. Sitting off in one corner by himself is this sort of rugged-looking gentleman, back-swept dark hair, thick beard, dressed in what looks like military fatigues. And you can see him just every once in a while glare daggers at Brett and Sun, the Primogen. But the other two people you don't quite recognize from where you are. Not with 2 successes, at least.
Very well, then.
And with this, the young ghoul will sort of bow. Please, make yourself comfortable until the master arrives.
I intend to, I say as I go up to Brett. Brett, funny seeing one of the fellow roses from Annabelle's garden here at a gathering that isn't one of hers.
Ah, yes. Ezra, was it? I do hope this night will prove entertaining.
As I've already come to find out, it's important to make sure you find ways of entertaining yourself.
He sort of smiles at that. Yes. Tell me, what do you think of this Golconda business?
I can see why somebody would want it. Sometimes, even though it's only been a few years, it feels as though you stagnate. Being human always felt like there was something fresh and new. Even if it was the terror of aging, as I've seen in others. But as to its possibility, I find that hard to believe, or else wouldn't it have happened more often?
Yeah,
I'm sure there's so many kindred who've tried to walk back down the path of humanity.
I tend to be of a mindset that anyone who thinks we're cursed is simply talking out of their ass, but I suppose some people can't handle the rigors of our existence. That being said, I do know that pain you feel, that dispassion, that disconnect. There are ways of feeling alive. There are. It's been so long since I felt them, since before they were denied to me.
Tell me, who are the other two other than the Primogen? Do you know them?
Sort of looks them up and down. Can't say as I do. Anarchs, I think. That one, McTavish, is apparently some sort of vigilante for them.
Soap?
And the lovely Afro-Latina number, speaking with the Primogen. I don't know. She's not one of the Anarchs on Genghis's list. I don't think she interacts with them much. Haven't seen her around the club either.
Super secret Sabbath.
Perhaps one of the others. Giovanni? Tremere?
Oh, no. She's far too wet behind the ears. If I didn't know any better, she'd be embraced yesterday. She's, what's the word for it? She's still an idealist. She thinks she can save everyone. Look at her, walking around dead and damned, and still thinks that there's a shred of hope left in this world. Well, maybe a shred.
Well, I suppose we'll find out tonight, won't we? Should be entertaining, to say the least.
From your lips to God's ears, Ezra, I grow bored by the minute. At this point, Orpheus, you arrive. The valet looks at the suit of armor in the sidecar. Guest of yours, sir?
Oh no, it's a gift.
It's just power armor.
It's a special delivery.
Shall I leave it with the vehicle?
Yes, it is. It's a bit heavy.
You're gonna end up finding one of the house helpers crushed inside of it.
Oh fuck!
After they tried to try it on.
Okay, so
Do you need to have a current strength of above 5 to wield this?
the valet jumps inside.
And a gnosis of 3.
That would have been a great moment for Orpheus to pop. I was like, I grow more bored by the minute. Just
Neon Deflector has followed. Thank you, Neon Deflector.
Woo.
Woo.
Fucking unfollowed.
Oh.
Yarp.
All right.
That's an appropriate response.
The doors swing open, and Orpheus, you two are met at the door by the wan-looking young girl. Good evening, sir. How may I
I
help
was
you?
actually going to wait outside for Gabriel.
Oh, you're going to wait? Okay.
Yes.
In which case, Gabriel will come toddling up. What are you taking? Are you on your motorcycle as well?
Yes.
All right. As the valet takes it into the darkness, you see Orpheus waiting for you at the front steps.
And you hear screams.
Orpheus. Hello again.
Gabriel, I brought you your request.
Ah, excellent.
And now I'll ask
This
the valet to bring back my motorcycle.
Bring it back to me. Just to show it to me. I was like, okay, now you can take it back.
Very good, sir. And Orpheus, I will allow you to sort of describe how you see it in your mind's eye as it comes wheeling out of the garage. And
How does it look? What did you design it off of?
The silver Batman armor.
As I stated. Oh, what is it called? Gilgamesh. That's right, from Devil May Cry. And it's fucking colorations.
So it's got the same rainbow neon.
Yeah.
Acceptable.
And bat nipples.
And bat, of course. Are the
Lactating.
bat nipples also neon?
Yeah.
well, we
Now,
appreciate either way,
what
Neon.
purpose do they serve?
What?
What practical purpose do they serve? Is it just like an outlet for venting?
Yeah.
So just every once in a while, just
Yeah, it gets hot in there.
Shall I stow it again, sir?
No. I'm gonna give it to Gabriel. You should ask him to bring back your motorcycle and put it on there.
I don't know if I don't have a side cart. I don't think it's fat enough, or it's too fat for me to just carry it.
Just put it on the back of your motorcycle.
Just put it on and go inside the mansion.
Oh fuck! Like, let me just try this thing out. Ah! Why would it stab me?
Perhaps I put too many barbs in it. Wait a second. Puts one more barb in it. Now I have.
I mean, I suppose I could try it on right now, but I want to save it.
Okay, what are we doing with the armor? Where does it end up by the time you guys move to the doorway?
That's up to Gabriel.
Just throw it in the rose bushes.
I'll pick it up on our way out, or it'll stay in Orpheus's vehicle.
Very good, sir, as the valet goes to park the motorcycle for a second time.
You think he realized they're all the same key? Or is he like going through all of them trying to find the right one?
Ah!
I just like pick a random one, like this is the right key.
Oh, so like you have a keyhole that changes its configuration. So you have your entire key ring just depending on what state it's in. What a weird anti-theft device.
And once again, the door swings open for the two of you. You recognize the Wan Ghoul as the one who delivered the letter. Mr. Gabriel and guest?
Yes. Also, you wouldn't happen to have seen The harpy, have you?
The harpy?
Yes.
Are you referring to the other gentleman who arrived who also said he was your +1?
Yep, that would be the one.
So he is with you then?
Well, they're both with me.
Very well. Follow me, please. At which point, again, you will be led through the foyer, hard left turn just before the staircase, and you are brought into the appropriated dining room. And I would like the two of you to give me perception politics rolls, please.
No.
Is that not 1 dot for you, Tom?
That is. I have 1 dot.
I have no doubts in... How do I have no doubts in politics?
You're a murder hobo.
Yeah, they just tell me what to do, man. I don't question the motives or why it's
I
happening.
don't know what they have going on, and I don't care. I
You're
only
like
know that I must kill.
You're like a Mandalorian. And now you have Mandalorian armor.
Ah! That would be an interesting design.
Yeah. Too bad it's not that.
Too bad it's not that.
I entertained the idea for like a split second.
Yeah, I look like a Pride Week Silver Samurai.
Yeah.
Even better.
Hey, we're all allies here at CAFCON.
All right. So how do the dice roll go?
I have no reason to roll this.
Okay.
I
I
cannot
think I
roll.
can actually, because it's a knowledge, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think either of us can roll this.
Okay. Lucky for you, you get... I'm going to give you 2 freebies here, because you have a little bit of a connection. Orpheus, you would of course recognize your Primogen. Now, you've been around longer than the Black Snow Prince, as has Gabriel. And you remember Sun, back before he was appointed Primogen. He never really hung out around the Camarilla too much. He was something that popped up and disappeared almost as quickly. But ever since his Primogenhood, he's been full force dealing with the Camarilla again. And then, you almost do a double take. Because you see the gentleman the Black Snow Prince is talking to, and he looks extremely familiar. For a second, you strain yourself to place exactly where you've seen him. And then it hits you. Years ago, you were at Elysium, at a party thrown by Annabelle. And as the Toreador, in their ostentatious nature as they always do, Annabelle had elected to put on a performance, a display. And this vampire, along with a, shall we say, lady friend, decided to soak themselves in blood and perform what you could only describe as a Art Nouveau porno waltz as they undressed each other in the middle of Elysium, and Annabelle was absolutely furious.
It's like, yes, the porn dance.
And if it helps jog your memory at all, that was the same
They
scenario
sucked
as
each
the
other.
guy with the trains.
Ah!
Yeah, they sucked each other off.
Yeah, I remember people not liking this.
Yeah, they basically 69 each other.
I guess.
For those of you who actually own old White Wolf books, we're referring to the Annabelle's Party scenario, which, like I said, we've been doing this chronicle for a while. All right. The other two, the sort of 5-foot-tall Afro-Latino woman and the rather grizzled-looking gentleman sitting by himself shooting daggers at the two you do recognize, those remain a mystery to you.
No, well then, I guess I'm gonna go ask who they are.
Who are you, and why are you here?
Also, Black Snow Prince, at this point, you recognize Gabriel and Orpheus coming across the threshold.
I have my season 2 makeover.
What's your season 2 makeover? Because I remember season 1, Gabriel was like Blade plus Crocodile Dundee hat.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same outfit, but now it's white and gold.
Oh no. I will post it in the Discord. If anyone's curious, Discord link below.
Xavier, you're not going from Jotaro season 3 to Jotaro season 4.
I don't. I honestly prefer season.
You cut off. Did you say season 4?
Ooh, what the fuck happened to the
I don't
internet?
know.
Yeah, we just had a connection, boo-boo. Sorry about that.
No.
You good or
No, we're fine.
okay? No, yeah, season 4. He just I don't know. He looked like a sailor, and it was just kind of weird. I understand he grew up. It could have been a little different. Anyways, yes, I will hunt for what I look like now.
Okay. Who would you like to approach first, Gabriel?
The Afro. Let's see.
Okay. Orpheus, what are you going to do as you enter the room?
Steal some blood from your Primogen. I'm sure he'll understand.
Well, no, I don't need to show my hand just yet. All in due time.
Well, it'd be funny if as you were stealing his blood, you looked down and he was stealing some of yours.
It's like, I understand.
Just the Malkavian
Touché.
handshake.
Well, is there any place to sit down, I guess, nearby?
Sure, yeah. Like I said, there's chairs set up throughout the room. So if you're going to try and eavesdrop on the conversation?
Well, I mean, I guess.
Okay.
Makes it sound more malevolent than it actually is.
You're just kind of listening in. I get it. So why don't the both of you... Oh, fuck. There goes the connection again.
Yay.
Oh, you guys could hear me. So for
all
some
the
reason...
time.
No, I think it was the video is locking up for some reason. We'll worry about it later. Why don't the both of you give me perception alertness rolls as you draw near?
I get one.
I got 3.
3. Okay. Orpheus, as you draw near and take your seat, they're discussing some sort of sectarian politics. At which point Orpheus most likely tunes them out because you've stayed several times. Orpheus doesn't do politics.
Not at all.
Gabriel, as you're approaching, this woman is telling Primogen Newberry a story of the time when, shortly after she was embraced, she approached the Anarchs. And while she could support what the Anarchs were doing in terms of, wanting to help kindred, wanting to elevate quality of life, she thought their actual methods were abhorrent, and most of them were either violent sociopaths or interested purely in their own personal gain, or their own personal gain with very, very little actual care given to the scenario itself, at which Primogen Newberry, son, is just nodding along and, of course, agreeing with her, oh, the Anarchs, terrible, terrible ruffians, yes. As you approach,
She's not wrong.
both will turn to you, and you see, for a very, very brief moment, there's like a wide-eyed flicker of recognition in Newberry's eyes. Gabriel, I did not expect to see you here, sir. Hello, as he extends a hand and grips yours if you were choose to offer yours
Yes, I will.
in a. It's slightly strange, slightly rigid, a little bit robotic.
Oh, he doesn't do the Trump handshake.
Or he pulls them in close.
Yeah, and then just rattles you.
Just molest you with his handshake.
Is he just like, I almost didn't recognize you without the bat suit?
I've moved on. I'll say, should I know you?
Ah, forgiveness, yes. Your departure was before my ascension, shall we say. Mercy, may I introduce you to Gabriel, recently earned his promotion to Archon. Gabriel is a hero of the city, one could say. In fact, rumor has it that he single-handedly drove the Sabbat from our fair jewel of the Camarilla, of course. We all know that isn't true.
Oh, I know. I'm sure they're still around. Squints intensely at both of them.
Did you want to sort of give me like a empathy roll to see what you get off these guys?
Sure.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you. Let's go with charisma empathy, I feel is good enough for this.
Woohoo! 2.
2 successes. So both of them are ostensibly on the path of humanity. You can tell you're not getting any of the weird alien vibes that you might get from a follower of a path. Sun's kind of weird for some reason. Huh?
What about worm taint?
I'm guessing that's not a legitimate question. Anyway.
No, I'm not a werewolf.
Sun's kind of weird for some reason. You can't... Hang on. Video's locking up again. There we go. Sun's kind of weird for some reason. You're not quite sure exactly what it is, but something about this guy just kind of puts you on edge and gets your hackles up. Maybe it's just a supernatural flaw that he has. Maybe it's just his lunacy that's kind of getting you where you... kind of registering as alien to. You're not quite sure, but something's off about this guy. Mercy, on the other hand, registers almost as completely human. She is... Nice. Yeah, you're getting really good vibes off of her. She seems like she's a fairly decent person as far as a vampire goes.
Well, we know what happened to those.
Hey.
They get torn apart by werewolves.
We all know the pack gets the credit. We all committed sins. But it's okay. Because we have our big leaf mommy who's an angel. Anyway. So I'll look at both of them and I'll say, well, you seem like fairly decent folk. Well, as he said, I am Gabriel. I am an Archon. I will be around, obviously.
And Mercy sort of squints her eyes together. I'm sorry, what's an Archon? I'm not familiar.
Right. Well, basically an Archon serves under a Justicar. And a Justicar is one of the big swinging dicks of the Camarilla.
At this point, Newberry will sort of lean in. Vampire police.
The Gestapo, if you will.
No.
I chime in.
No, because there's the Archons.
Oh, you're entering their conversation as well?
Yes, I'm going to say yes, like the Gestapo.
Are they closer to the Gestapo?
Or the secret police.
I think they're Gestapo, and I think... Wait, now, who is the secret police? I know the Camarilla has both.
I see. Mercy sort of eyes you up and down and becomes a little more uncomfortable, though she's trying to keep it under a professional veneer. Maybe takes a step back away from you.
Oh, don't worry. I'm one of the good ones.
Plus,
But, I mean, who's to say what is good in this world?
Camarilla.
What'd you say, Josh? I didn't hear you.
I'll say, plus, I'm sure you committed no grave sins against the Camarilla. Also, it's important to have men like Gabriel here to stop the werewolves.
Just, I keep them at bay.
I heard he bludgeoned one to death with a couch.
She sort of looks pointedly at Gabriel as she says, I don't know about that, sir. According to the Camarilla, my very existence is a grave sin.
Oh. Why?
At which point here is, Newberry will sort of smile, and you see, poor Mercy here is one of the clanless. Like yourself, Gabriel. Tell me, Gabriel, isn't it now your job to drive the clanless from the city?
I suppose it would be under some circumstances.
Mercy sort of gets surprised as she hears this. Wait, you're clanless too? And they gave you a berth in the organization? I was told that didn't happen.
My circumstances were different. I had somebody take pity upon me.
If you kill
though I don't know
werewolves,
now.
I chime in.
Also, yes, killing the werewolves did help with my standing.
Burn enough of the Sabbat. You
Yes.
get my drift.
Gabriel here is quite a proficient murderer. Tell her, Gabriel.
Yes, well, there's been a lot of factions in play over the past few years in this city, and I've seen to it. I've seen to it that order has prevailed. Though recently, order has been shaky, despite having no other enemy factions around. So I'm a little frustrated.
Do tell, Mr. Gabriel. I'm sure our August organization would love to know your complaints.
No, don't worry. I'm working on things. Anyways.
Yes, I'm
Let's
certain
get
you
down to
are.
this,
Did you bring weapons here tonight?
I mean, of course.
I have a powered suit of armor in the back.
You know what they say. Stay strapped or get clapped.
As he says that, I pat the katana at my belt.
Yeah. My coterie is had the unfortunate luck of always ending up in a physical altercation. So it's basically just best to always have a weapon. I'm sure you don't have to, though.
I myself have had to use this katana against the werewolves.
Yo.
How late 90s to early 2000s? You're not kidding. Well, says Mercy, to be perfectly honest, I've seen the order you provide, and that order tends to calcify itself. It tends to build itself upon the backs of the young. And
Sure. Do you wish to change that?
And what if I were to say yes to you, Mr. Gabriel? Mr. Vampire Gestapo, with all due respect, how many idealists have you stamped down to achieve your position?
Do you consider the Sabbat idealists?
I'm sorry, what are the Sabbat?
Oh, okay. So, let me give you a quick rundown of the groups of vampires. We're the Camarilla, and there's a lot of rules. I feel like sometimes there's too many rules, but don't let my boss catch me saying that. Then there's the Anarchs.
I think we're good. OBS says we're streaming. I've got a green connection, so I'm going to assume that everything is okay, and that hopefully won't be my downfall.
No, don't worry, Vasil. It wasn't your fault. It was probably your cousins to your boy. I won't say which one, but
He's implying the Ruskies.
no, a little more.
I think we're good, although my chat widget isn't updating anymore, so I'm going to worry about that later.
Okay. Oh, StarCraft is starting an update. Cool. Anyway, what was I saying?
You were talking about the Camarilla and a lot of rules.
Oh, yeah. And then there's the Anarchs.
Yes, I've
Not
met
a
with
whole
the
lot of
Anarchs.
rules. And, well, they don't have rules, but they also don't have a whole lot of order, which causes problems. So, you know. But between the two, they're alright. And then there's the Sabbat. And, oh boy, they just cause problems wherever they go. Just killing people, murdering, rituals, dark magic. But, I mean, that's my problem. Don't worry about that. If I'm doing my job, or literally anyone's doing their job, they shouldn't be around.
And don't forget the werewolves.
Okay, well, let's not scare her.
And allegedly there's also demons and fairies.
Mages.
Well, let's not tell her about the fact that, you know, one werewolf can take out an entire coterie by itself.
And they especially go after the nice vampires. Do awful things.
I thank you for the information. If there's someone out there worse than the Anarchs, I'd surely like not to meet them.
Yes, religious extremists who follow after the alleged original vampire king.
Yes, worse than the fundamental Christians of Ohio.
At this point, you hear footsteps approaching. And through the doorway walks the Wan Ghoul again. And in her hands, she holds a platter stacked with what appear to be these very, very lovely, expensive-looking gift boxes. Everyone, forgive the interruption. Master Forge wishes to offer his compliments, and she sort of extends the platter of gift boxes to the room. At which point the various scattered vampires will rise from their seats and approach.
Oh, boy.
I will grab one of the gift boxes.
Orpheus
Hands
goes
me down.
off.
I don't think you normally sleep.
Oh no, he's not.
goes
He's not
off.
sleeping in the regular sense. He sleeps like a dolphin.
What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, dolphins turn off half of their brain when they sleep because they need to keep swimming, and then when that gets enough rest, they switch.
Interesting. Okay. So Orpheus is not interacting with this at all?
No.
I will also take Orpheus's gift box.
Okay. As you see that there's one left on the platter, you can absolutely scoop it up.
I think it was Richard Feynman who would do like math problems or something in his head whenever he was like at lectures or stuff when he was getting bored. I imagine Orpheus does something similar.
That's how he relaxes.
Just starts reciting Grey's Anatomy in his head,
Grey's Anatomy.
like the actual book.
Oh. Okay.
All right, as you open your gift boxes, and the others do as well, within is this very, very lovely white chiffon scarf. As you pull it out, it's very clearly been smeared with some kind of blood. And the smell coming off of it is pungent, is sumptuous, is strong. As it hits your nose, it alights you completely and utterly, like striking a flame to your very soul. Your nerves come alive and just hits you from the pit of your stomach, this unceasing hunger. And with that, I would like everybody to give me a self-control roll against a difficulty 6.
That's
Please remember,
actually my best virtue. Please remember what?
I just realized that it doesn't apply to the two people that are actually rolling, so never fucking mind. But you can't roll more dice for this than what's in your blood pool, but you're both at least at 5.
Oh, okay.
2 successes.
I got 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So, you open the box, this hits you right in the face as the chiffon scarves are trailing through the air. The scent is just completely being dispersed throughout the room like a fine perfume, and it just hits you all at once. Immediately, the beast rears up. You feel your fangs pop against your will as you smell what is essentially the best thing you've ever smelt in your life. It ignites this carnal lust in you that you've never felt for food before, not even at your worst, most empty, most hungry frenzy. Have you felt this way about this pure, this concentrated, sumptuous blood? But you force yourself, you pull yourself back from the brink. You shake yourself off. And as you do so, you hear this horrible, guttural howling from the ragged man in the military getup as he pops fangs, as claws begin to extend from his hands, and he is going fully into the frenzy. And with that, we end our session there. So, god damn it, with this internet tonight. We're still green, so I think we're still here. I'm going to award 3 XP to everyone.
Yay.
And go ahead and vote for the remainder. Hang on. We're locked up. Okay. Go ahead and vote for whoever gets the bonus XP. Now, if you're joining us for the first time tonight, we have a tradition that I stole from a fellow storyteller and friend with his permission, that at the end of the night, we allow everybody to vote for one person to get a bonus XP. One person gets a bonus XP. I don't know if that came through. And it's just a little, hey, good job, how do you do, self-esteem boost, way to make everybody feel better. The chat gets to vote too, so you guys, let me know who you vote for. And if you're listening on SoundCloud or watching at home on YouTube, you've got a week from the day this video posts. Cast your vote, tell me why, and I will count it at the very next session. So, begin the vote. Who do you vote for and why?
I vote for Orpheus for sticking to his guns and being himself, despite the story trying to drag him in.
Same. Also for the bat suit.
I will vote for the Black Snow. Just being an absurd person.
I didn't quite hear you. You cut out, sorry.
For BSP for being always absurd.
It's the only way I know how to be.
Okay. So, we have 1 vote for BSP and 2 for Orpheus so far?
Yeah.
Yes. And a 2 for Gabriel in the chat.
I'm counting the chat in 1 second. All right. Vasil, I don't care how long you've been here, you are entitled to vote, my friend. Okay, so Vasil wants to vote for X. For the Dolphin Fact. And Party Cup wishes to vote for Gabriel for that sick power armor and using it to get in the carpool lane. So,
Wasn't that me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's true.
I am getting the power armor, but he was using it to carpool. Morpheus, that is. So, I don't know how you want to split.
Unless Party Cup wants to change his vote, he said Gabriel, so his vote's going to Gabriel. Mazzy votes for Orpheus for the batsuit. All right, and Neon Deflector, nominate a D6 for your vote.
I choose that one right there.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to count that, Neon Deflector, but your vote is still valid. While I wait for any other votes to come in from the chat, real quick, we've got social media down. God damn, I don't know if they can actually hear me when it locks up. Can you guys hear me? I guess not, because I can't hear you. I do not have a D6 to hand, so if you wanna do that, Neon Deflector, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, down below we've got social media. please follow us on it so you know what we're streaming and when. If you like what you saw, like, follow, subscribe, whatever you do on your particular platform. Dang, it's a 6. So I guess your vote's going to Orpheus as well? Or no, your vote... I'm assuming you're going top to bottom.
No.
Tom.
Josh is a 1 and a 4.
Yeah, so your vote's going to Orpheus.
Ooh.
Yeah, the Soch, do the follow. Is there anything else you guys want to say while we wait for more votes to come in?
Stay caffeinated.
Okay.
Not too caffeinated.
And we love you.
I love you.
So, unless any further votes come in right now, this second, while I'm talking, type fast, type faster, type faster. I'm trying to buy you time. Type faster. Why are you not typing faster? All right, I'm going to call it. Orpheus gets the bonus XP for this session.
Yay.
With that, thank you all. We love you. We appreciate having you here. I'm really going to try to get us off before our connection screws up again. So, appreciated for all of our new people that are following and for here or in the chat for the first time. Welcome. You guys are awesome. For all of our old people that are here with us time and time again, welcome. Or, I guess, welcome back. You guys are super awesome. And, hope to see you guys again here next week. We will return with Demon the Fallen and what is probably going to be the conclusion of Suffer the Children, the first part of the Fear to Tread Chronicle. Thank you. Good night. Stay caffeinated. Goodbye. Ta-ta.
Goodbye.